Here we are. Sonic Frontiers is a year old. All the DLC has come out over the past year, and once again, I just have to say thank you. Thank you to Sonic Team for giving us an experience that shows us the future that Sonic can become. And thank you to, well, you guys, fans of this game just like me. Man, I can't believe how crazy this ride with Frontiers has been. This journey has honestly been one of the journeys of all time. Don't get me wrong, Frontiers is the best Sonic experience I've ever had, but this entire journey as a whole has made me realize just how bad the community can be on Twitter. Like, okay, I will genuinely be so good and happy in life, and then I'll open up Twitter and then see a timeline full of dog shit all because someone asked what's everyone's opinion on the current state of Sonic. Like, it shouldn't be that easy to get the pot boiling. But hey, come on, it's not my fault I know how to be positive and happy with the things that we've been getting as this franchise as of lately. I know it's a hard skill to acquire, only a select few of us possess this ability, like Fidel.
Said, call me a turkey the way I'm stuffing you, hey?
I did take a break from Sonic Twitter for a little bit though, and let me just say, that's looking like that might be a permanent thing if Twitter actually is going to start charging new users to just make a post. Oh wait, I'm talking about Sonic Frontiers today, my bad. I mean, what do I even say? This game, the events that have surrounded this game, have been some of the best this community has ever seen. Frontiers is a good Sonic game. It's the favorite Sonic game of many of us fans, and regardless of whether you liked it or not, you cannot deny the fact of how important this game is in the franchise now. The build up to this game was shrouded in so much mystery. Like, remember when we used to call it Sonic Zap? And here we are now. Not only are we 1 year after the game's release, but just over 3 years since its first reveal at the Sonic Central. Not even including when they sorta kinda teased it at the end of South by Southwest 2018. We were so hungry for information about Frontiers. And then we got it the same day that Sonic Movie 2 was shown. Like, that's crazy. The open world is beautiful, okay? Like, I hope we can all agree that graphically, the game is stunning. Like, sure, you can complain here and there that the creativity on these islands may be sort of generic in comparison to other Sonic games, but graphically, the open zone is really stunning. But we didn't get to see much of what you can do in this open zone, and the IGN First exclusive didn't help. But then, we did start getting actual trailers of the game, and holy shit, Marza, oh my god, the animations they did for Frontiers are godly! The marketing for this game started off not too hot, but it definitely ended with a bang. I mean, it shows. Frontiers is one of the best-selling and fastest-selling 3D Sonic games. And for good reason. It's great. Not only is the game still fun a year later, but just keep in mind that this is the first attempt at an open zone game. It's setting up a new era of amazing games that we could potentially get from this style, and truth be told, I have never had this much trust and belief in Sonic Team. My opinions on Frontiers have only gone up since the game has reached its anniversary, and I'll talk about the DLC in a second, but the base of Sonic Frontiers alone is still so much fun to me, and again, has been heavily approved upon ever since the DLC. This game truly is special. It gave us a new fun way to play as Sonic. It really is like a bridge between gameplay styles. It's not quite a return to adventure, not quite a continuation of the Boost, it's kind of a mix between both, but even then, Frontiers stands on its own legs as a unique experience. Even my girlfriend who doesn't like Sonic liked Sonic Frontiers, so I think that's a good enough justification for me. And this is me personally. I know I always talk about how big of a Boost fan I am and how I love the 3D games more than the 2D. I know I'm a broken record at this point, but it's almost like Frontiers was made for me. So I'm personally thanking you, Morio Kishimoto. If you're watching this, I'm ready for the Sonic Unleashed port. The meat of the game and its gameplay loop, of course, is fighting Guardians to get Portal Gears, which you can then use to enter cyberspace stages, and then you can obtain Vault Keys for Chaos Emeralds. It's a gameplay loop that is really simple, but really enjoyable because of how much freedom you have in the game to do almost whatever you want. And speaking of the freedom in this game, Sonic has never felt so free to control. So fun, so fast, so fluid, and I guess I'll start mentioning the DLC now, since it made Sonic's movement even more fun and crazier. The fast and fluid movement got even smoother with the spin dash, and them literally adding settings that can let you keep your momentum. Like, are you kidding me? Look at these crazy huge jumps you can make now, holy shit! It is so much fun to just play as Sonic, not even doing anything, just playing as him, running around these open zones and parkouring from challenge to challenge, from platforming to platforming, and it's just so crazy that Sonic Team listened and added back in momentum to keep your jumps, to keep going, to keep moving faster. Oh, it's just so much fun. And this fluidity carries over straight into the combat, where Sonic can dodge, parry, run circles around his enemies to do side loops, and of course can set up some awesome combo moves. And then the DLC lets you toggle off the dynamic camera, just making the whole motion more smoother. It even improves on some minor things, like not having to sit through the power boost cutscene every time, and not having to deal with the Starfall slot machine. Not only do we have a good purpose to fight enemies with EXP for a skill tree, but these moves that you unlock are just flat out fun to pull off, and you can kill a boss in one cycle with how much you can level up Sonic to become. These open zones just feel like a huge playground for Sonic. Which then doubles down when the DLC added the action chain challenges and just turned the game into Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. The DLC that was added throughout the past year just kept on delivering one after the other. Each one brought a new reason to pick up the game, whether that be a new challenge to take on or a new item that you can collect all of. Each update just felt like a total expansion over the last. And sure, the first update didn't seem like a total game changer, but now that everything is out, this game offers so much replayability and provides a package that is well worth the price. Especially since, hey, should I mention that all this DLC was free? The first update, the Sight, Sounds, and Speed update, added music notes in a bunch of spots all over all the 5 islands. It not only served as a brand new collectible that you can look for on your map, but it also added a catalog of music from Sonic's history to play on a jukebox while running around the island. I know you can't change the song during the Titan fights, but counterpoint, why would you? These songs are so godly. Oh my god, Kellen Quinn, you nailed each of them. Photo mode was added, of course, which, you know, is pretty much guaranteed to be a shoo-in for these types of games. I do have a fair share of photos that I took, and you can get some pretty sick shots. But of course, I think the biggest thing for this update was that they added 2 timed challenge modes. The Cyberspace Challenge has you beating the time on each level for each island, and then the Ultimate Challenge is marathoning every single stage, and conversely, the Battle Rush mode sees you beating a bunch of enemies in a row, followed up by the Titan respective to that island, with the Ultimate Challenge once again being a marathon of every enemy and Titan. These challenges were fun to plow through, and you do get rewards for each of them. You would unlock the Power Boost in Cyberspace, and of course, you would unlock Extreme Mode, which I did run through it for the base game and the Final Horizon. It hurt. No, it was actually fun to do, but, you know, I wouldn't recommend it. The next update, Sonic's Birthday Bash, saw the addition of some major enhancements. First of all, Sonic's birthday outfit, I mean, come on now. I am very happy with this. But we really only got a few DLC costumes, huh? But of course, more importantly, we got momentum. Or well, a nice tweak of the physics that alludes to momentum. You could toggle if you want Sonic's boost to be retained in the middle of a jump, which allows you to keep your speed and make some huge ass jumps. Like, are you serious? Come on now, look at that. And you can pair that up with the return of Sonic's Spin Dash, which nets you some extreme air when spin dashing off of ramps. Like, the Spin Dash jumps from Adventure are so back, especially when you can cancel it mid-air and automatically switch to air tricks. Like, oh! You unlock the Spin Dash when getting an S rank on all the action chain challenges, which, honestly, these were way more fun than I would have expected. A time attack score-based challenge where you can basically pull off as many tricks as you possibly can to earn points. Like, yeah, sign me up. And here's something I didn't think we'd get so much mileage out of. New Coco. I didn't know what they meant by that, but I wouldn't have believed you if you said that they added dozens of brand new, difficult platforming challenges that reward you with Big Coco. These were honestly so fun, and collecting them all increases your boost gauge if you feel so inclined to upgrade it. And what's even crazier is that collecting all of these Big Coco, getting S ranks on all the action chain challenges, it all now leads up to a brand new 100% completion goal. Which, as someone like me who loved 100%ing Mario Odyssey and other 3D platformers, I am sold. I love having 100% completion goals. Back when Frontiers first came out, I wanted to 100% complete it, but it wasn't really working towards anything. There was no real incentive just out of wanting to play the game more and doing it. But with Update 2, they literally added a checklist that you can see turn gold when you start collecting everything in each island. Defeating every single unique guardian, collecting every single memory token and going through their platforming challenges, talking to every character on each island, completing every single goal in all the cyberspace stages, fishing for everything. And honestly, It was a much more enjoyable experience than I would have thought. I definitely got a lot of mileage out of using the map. Just putting a waypoint on a memory token and then seeing what kind of platforming challenge I need to do to collect it, like, it was actually kind of fun. And on top of that, it really helps that there is a 100% completion goal now. Sure, it's nice to see the gold plating on all the islands saying that you've found everything and 100%ed each of the islands, but doing everything does net you a king's crown, and that is definitely a satisfactory reward. Update 2 and its additions and physics changes really shaped things up and made the moment-to-moment gameplay more fun. Just running around this open sandbox, pulling off crazy tricks from platform to platform and all new platforming challenges, and using the spin dash to blaze through cyberspace at record times, making those stages more fun as well. At least to me, it really came off as a surprise at just how much was improved upon in update number 2. Little did we know that they were setting up the best part of the game yet. The third and last update, the Final Horizon. This came out way sooner than I would have expected, only weeks before Sonic Superstars. And what we got was an absolutely amazing conclusion to this game, this journey that we've all been on, and how much feedback they wanted to take from us, the fans, what Morio Kishimoto saw and listened to when interacting on Twitter. What we got was a love letter, a glimpse into what the next open zone game could be with the scale of the Final Horizon. We finally get to play as Amy, Knuckles, Tails again in a mainline 3D game with their own unique skill trees. All of them get the spin dash because they're just that cool. They each have their own aspects over each other that make them so much fun to play as in their own unique ways. Or, well, I'm sorry Knuckles, but they did do you pretty dirty. They should have given you some more fighting moves. Aside from that though, these characters shine when it comes to their tailored skills, and using them to explore the island with their moves to navigate around their own special platforming challenges, or just roaming around the island in general. Like, look at Tails using his Cyclone to just fly around wherever he wants. Like, that's so cool. It really is just fun to play as them again, and having that same sense of satisfaction that you get from leveling them up or unlocking all their skills. As for Sonic, he gets some of the hardest and honestly some of the most fun platforming in the entire game. Not only are these towers giving only up vibes, but they're tailored to fit Sonic's moveset with ramps, rails, things you have to side loop, and skips that you can do by taking advantage of his speed. Speaking of which, how about the brand new cyberspace stages that are all completely 3D and have original level design that takes advantage of the spin dash and the momentum that they added from update 2. On top of having some more unique missions as well as some gimmicks in some of the stages that are honestly kind of fun and not very intrusive. These stages are obviously some of the best, if not the best in the game. They are so fun to plow through, especially when you're doing things like racing against the Shadow Tails or a timed bomb or finding a hidden goal. Like, that's so cool. Or how about exploring the stages themselves to find numbered rings from Lost World, moon rings from Forces, or what about escorting Flickies? Are you kidding me? It's all the more rewarding when some of these areas are legitimately far from the beaten path of the level. And do I even need to get started on the final boss? Because if I do, I'm gonna spend another 10 minutes fanboying over it, which I would do. This final boss is the definition of Sonic, just flat out. It's a supersonic boss that feels just like the ones from the adventure games. A supersonic boss that makes Sonic look so damn powerful. A supersonic boss that gives us the orchestra version of I'm Here, along with Kellen Quinn's own version of I'm Here. I know, Master King's Trial was hell to get to where we are. The perfect parry is in my nightmares, but I kinda enjoyed the amp up in difficulty that it brought. Not only is it so much fun, but it's so rewarding. Even the people that didn't like their experience with the Final Horizon admit that it was still worth it for the very end. We all stood back and watched how Sonic Team listened to us. They changed the final boss into something enjoyable with a new supersonic form. This is what we wanted. This is what they were cooking. And it all culminates with Cybersonic. Something that I genuinely didn't think that they would consider. So many people made fan art thinking about how Sonic can gain a new super form from his cyber corruption, and they actually did it. This is the perfect end to Sonic Frontiers. The true ending to Sonic Frontiers. With all that's been said and done for this DLC, this is the complete package for Frontiers. It doesn't really matter now if you think that it was supposed to be here from the beginning, because it's here now, and it makes Frontiers worth it. They made this for us. They listened to us. They brought back the spin dash, tweaked the momentum, gave us playable characters, gave us a new super form, gave us more difficulty, gave us a Titan boss rush, gave us a better final boss, gave us more 3D platforming built around the momentum, gave us more collectibles, gave us banger music. Like, all the Final Horizon tracks kick ass. This right here, this is their vision. And they made it something so fun, so enjoyable. I can't help but say, thank you, Sonic Team. This game is not just a really fun 3D Sonic game, but it's an important step for the future of this franchise. And that's all I could have wished for. Thank you for this story. Thank you for this gameplay. But most importantly, thanks for making Supersonic badass again. Like, this guy is cool as shit. Like, I guess we're pulling off Dragon Ball shenanigans now, huh? Because fine with me. I'm into it. Ain't gonna see me complaining. And I'm just gonna be real with you guys for a second. No scripts, just me being vulnerable. Ever since the Final Horizon came out, like, at the end of September, up to now, and probably after you're seeing this, after this has been released, I have listened to Kellen Quinton's version of I'm Here almost every day. Even me just on my way home from work or walking to a class, I will pop in the headphone and listen to his version of I'm Here, and I just can't help but smile every time I hear it. It makes me happy. Not just my happiness when I played the Final Horizon, not just my reaction to seeing Cybersonic and how happy I was. It encapsulates my entire experience with Frontiers and how I've seen the game grow over the year at the same time as me growing over the year. And this game just transcends past being a favorite video game of mine, but a memorable experience that, while sure, I can understand the criticisms for people who don't like the game, like, remove my bias for a second, I can understand to those people who don't like Frontiers that much, and I can understand the criticisms, against it over all this time, but unfortunately, my opinion is my opinion. I personally, nothing can really break my smile. Like, personally, I just have so much memories with this game, so much fun, and every time I listen to Kellen Quinn's I'm Here, it's just a reassurance that, like, sure, it's a bomb song, like, it's fire, but, like, it's also just, like, constantly putting me in such a great mood that can't be broken thanks to this game. But seriously, this game is very important to me, especially where I am right now when it came out. This journey means so much to me, and I couldn't have asked for a better result than this. Sonic Frontiers sold great. Some interviews gave us a glimpse into their passion for making the game, and my passion is playing this game over and over again. As all the DLC came out, the game just kept getting better and much more fun. And it really is an experience that I would love to go through all over again. 1 year later, and it's still the most important Sonic game in the franchise.